Welcome to Technology Triumph's Paper Making with Additions tutorial. Here is a list of the equipment that we will be using today. Note, you can use any additions for your paper that you like. Here is the equipment that we will be using. A Tupperware or plastic box, towel, a thin piece of cotton material, a jug for mixing, water, a hand or stick blender, a decal or paper mould, pieces of scrap paper or card, and our additions. We will be using dried flower petals. So let's begin. Step 1. Creating mulch. To begin, into your jug, tear small pieces of your scrap paper. Aim for pieces that are roughly 1 to 2 centimeters. The smaller the pieces, the easier it is to blend into mulch. You can use a small amount of coloured paper or card to alter the colour of the paper that will be produced. Be careful and only use a small amount to start. To begin, we have used roughly the equivalent of 1.5 sheets of A4 paper in scrap. To this, add water to saturate the paper. Once you have added the water to your paper, you can then use your stick blender to pulse and blend. This breaks the paper down into smaller pieces and it mixes with the water to create mulch. Be careful, it may splash. Here is what your mulch should look like. Step 2. Preparing the mix. Use a plastic tub or Tupperware large enough to fit your decal or paper mould. Fill with water to roughly 1/3 of the way full. You can always add more water later. Next, we add our paper mulch to the water. As you can see, it almost looks like a cloud mixing with the water. Be sure to add all your mix. And this is what it looks like. Step 3. Prepare the working area. For your working area, lay out your towel, smooth out any creases, lumps or bumps, and then place your scrap cotton sheet on top of the towel. When using your paper mould, it's important that the layer with the mesh is on the bottom and the opening which has no mesh lays on the top. Insert at a downward angle to the base of the tub and then lift up. Keep flat as lifting up. Step 4. The additions. We are using dried flower petals. You can use any additions you wish. Simply sprinkling on top of my mix, separating any that have clumped together with my fingers. Step 5. Using the decal or mould. Working slowly, insert the mould at an angle, lay flat on the bottom and lift up. You can move it around to capture the flower petals. Any that stick to the frame, simply pick off and place back into the water. Allow the water to drain off. Step 6. Removing the paper from the mould. Open the frame, turn over slowly and place down on your working area. You can either leave this or use a sponge to gently dab on the surface. Be very gentle. This helps remove the excess water. If you don't have a sponge, you can simply wait a few moments. Using your thumb and fingers like this, hold down on your cotton material and towel and gently lift the paper mould. This releases the paper from the mould. Continue until you have used all the space on your cotton sheet. If your paper sheets start to look thin or you want to make a thicker paper, simply add more mulch. You can add more or new additions, such as different petals, flowers, or a different coloured mulch. Step 7. Leave to dry in a safe place. Mistakes do happen. Here, I pulled away too quickly and tore my paper sheet, but I can cut off the edges and still use it. Step 8. Removing the paper from the fabric sheet. Once your paper sheets have completely dried, gently lift at one corner and slide your finger between the paper and the cotton sheet. This releases the paper from the cotton. Be sure to work gently and slowly. And here's our paper sheet. Well done! You've just made paper with additions. Here are our paper sheets now they're all dry. Here's some examples of other papers we made using green tea and dried lemon zest and coffee with coffee grounds. What will you try? As you can see, they're speckled and really interesting textures. The lemon peel even released oil to create yellow splotches. Thanks for watching and happy creating!